Now I could run away here or here. Here is better. Shooting the barbarian. Now we said 10 to 20 turns. I might just get this to Petra. Let's get this girl an embassy. Let's see. What if we make this let's make this half hour. And try to get Petra before the half hour. Now, at this point, I would be rushing Petra. I don't have any other technology that I need. I kind of need calendar, but I don't really. And yeah, this is the point I am rushing Petra. Not only are we rushing Petra, but now because we're tradition, we should start building settlers. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until we're at population 4. Because, okay, next turn we're gonna build this, the worker, right? Okay, next turn is worker turn. Also, we've scouted enough with these scouts. Now they're on protect duty. Okay, so what's up here now? We are tradition, so we pick tradition. Tradition needs 4 cities, so we need to build 3 settlers. This is the point where we build 3 settlers. Not 4, 3. Okay, but okay, let's see the production of settlers now. So, why are hills good? Now, as you can see here, it says food, progress, 3 base, we produce 9 food and we eat 6. The 9 food produced is 3 from here, 2 from here, 3 from here, and 1 from here. Change it like we were before. We are producing 4 food, 10 in total for now. Now, what you can see is if we remove the food from the equation completely, we don't suffer any negative effects from it. It says total 0. And the reason for that is we are building a settler. So when you're building a settler, you can remove all the food tiles if you want. There is maximizing to do. You can actually do stuff that will increase your production. Now, this means first you work all your production tiles. Then you see if you have any excess food. We don't have any excess food. So we work this one. This one says 10 production. Can we get to 11 with the tiles we have right now? I think we cannot. We are on 10 production again, and the reason is we have an 8 production base, and now there is 2 excess food. Excess food works like this. The first excess food gives 1 production. The second, when building settlers, that is, always when building settlers. I'm talking only about when building settlers now. The first excess food gives 1 production. The second excess food gives another production. Then the 4th excess food gives another production. The 7th, another one. And then every 4 after that, it gives 1 extra production. So there is a bit of a ramp that is 1-to-1 food to production. But after the 10th food, you see it's a 4-to-1. And not only that, the fact that if I remove food completely and I am at -1, I do not lose any production. This one from specialists is because of the unemployed citizen. Please disregard this for the purposes of the explanation. Okay, we are at -1. We don't lose any production from removing food. And we can see it from here. We have 2 food and 1 production. If we remove 2 food by taking this citizen and making him unemployed, production stays at 9. So we can get 10 production like this. And if we had another hill, we could have gotten to 11 production. Now, what are we going to do? First of all, I don't want to build settlers this turn. I'll build settlers the next turn, and I will explain the reason why now. So that was 11 production. Let's say we get 11 production now, and the way we do this is we buy the horses and put this citizen here, right? So I think it's obvious, 10 production. If we get this one production and put it here, it doesn't show now, but it's 2 production because of the horses. It's going to be 2 production, or here, let's say here. So we have 11 production right now if we buy one of the tiles. Now, what about next turn? How much production do we have next turn? Let's see. So we are going to be building settlers. So if we are going to be building settlers, we will need the most production we can get, and the most production we can get, first of all, is iron. So we are going to be buying this tile. If I was going to buy any tile, I was going to buy this one. And not only is it iron, but clearing the forest will give us a plus 8, 6 or 13 production, dependent on a lot of different reasons. Okay, now we grew. Now we send the granary to the bottom of the queue, and it's time to allocate our citizens. Okay, so we have the production tile, we have this one, we have this one. So we were at 11 production. We lost 1 turn of producing settlers to gain 1 citizen. Now I am going to buy another 1 tile. So this is in case you can't buy one other tile, which means you probably scouted wrong, or you bought the worker because you scouted really well and you got a lot of money. Well, you have a worker and probably granary too. Now let's see. He is going to grow towards this horse, and then probably this one too, and then probably the deer too. But what we really want is more desert tiles, because we're going to be building Petra. Okay, so we have 13 production now. 13 production is 2 more than 11, which means at 5.5 turns we are going to have a return on our investment. We invested 1 turn of not building settlers to gain 2 production, which we are getting back before the end of the first settler. So which means we didn't even delay our first settler when going to 4 citizens here. Well, maybe if we haven't built the worker ever, but the worker is going to speed up the first settler so much that I should be scouting with this one, and I should be defending with this one. So the worker is going to speed up. Now this is why we took mining, because we want to cut forests. So the worker is going to speed up our settler production so much that it really doesn't matter. No, it actually does. You get a settler faster if you build it before a worker. If you go scout settler, you probably get the fastest settler out there, but you're losing a lot of growth from your city, a lot of science, a lot of food and production that you would have gotten if you increased your citizens. Some people do it. In my opinion, it's suboptimal. Okay, we get 14 production now. 1 more production. How much production did we invest for the worker? We invested 32. We get 13 back from cutting the forest, and we get 1 production more now over the duration of 12 plus 3, 15 turns. So we get 15 more and 13 more. We get 28 production for a 32 production investment. So we're losing 2 production, but we have a worker. And this is all in the beginning. It ramps up from there. So worker, really important in the beginning. You might even want to build one yourself, or let's rough terrain him, or steal one from a city-state. Stealing a worker is probably the best thing to do. Now in 4 turns we're gonna get +1 production more, which means in the duration of these 14 turns we're gonna get 10 more production, and we were at 28. Now we are at 38 production from the 32 production investment we put on the worker. Now if we put the same investment on a granary or a warrior, or we could have gotten something else, which is what is called opportunity cost, but the opportunity cost of a worker is really low in my opinion, and the return on the investment is really high and ramps up really well and fast. Now we were lucky. Oh, we actually had this one already. We were at 20 out of 20. So this is a scout archer. Let's clear the camp first. What you really want to do here is wait until Laventa gives you a quest to kill the camp, but I'm too bored to do that now, and I want to settle more cities. I will actually convert this to kind of a 1 hour guide play on civilization, and I'm gonna do one for every civilization. Now, first of all, we have to remember we're playing on strategic balance, which means this was our first tile. This was the tile that we spawned on. So 3 tiles from here are all our strategic resources. So up to here, this territory around here is where all our strategic resources, aluminium, coal, horses, iron and stuff are. Okay, so we need one city here, somewhere here, or one here and one here. Now, we want a diversity of luxury resources. We're going to be getting the cotton from the capital. So let's try to rush Ripada. It's a really good one. It's a really strong wonder I like. It's like Uluru, a bit dumped down, but it gives the 2 happiness, which makes it easier to settle. And there's a mountain here, so let's try to do something close to a Machu Picchu city with Sripada and the river, because we're tradition. We need every city to be on a river. So these are the tiles, these are the last tiles our city will be using. But if we're a Petra city, we won't be needing the deer. So I can get the deer. I can plant here. It rhymes. I can plant here and get the deer. I can plant here and get the citrus, but I'll get it. And it actually will grow to the horse, and then I can buy the citrus. But maybe Babylon will take it from me. Babylon might plant for the citrus. So this one is close to both Sripada and citrus. Okay. This seems like a reasonable plant. My archer has moved. Okay, we're building this thing. Now, your military units are really important when escorting settlers. They will net you a gain of faster. They will give you turns in faster settlement, because now you wouldn't want to move this settler here. This is no, actually it's okay moving him here if you move him here first. But if there wasn't a river here, moving the settler here is suicide. There might be barbarians there, and I don't think radaring works anymore. No, it seems like it doesn't. So yeah, I can move him here. So now I need to clear the area, to clear the fog area for my second city, for my second plant. If my first plant is here, I could plant another one here for the sugar. Oh, we actually have sugar already, so sugar is not important. After you have the first resource, in my opinion, it's not important. Now I can plant on the iron for the incense. It can build a garden. It won't have a lot of food. I can plant 1, 2, 3 here for the silver and then plant here for just the river and the good tiles. I think this I will do. So yeah, let's go there. Now this tile is equivalent to this tile in my opinion, because we're gonna be we're going to be waiting a lot with this warrior for this settler. But yeah, let's see. Now this is lucky that we are lucky that this is a scout, so he can go here and then go here and check. So he checks. We see that there is no barbarian, but maybe here or here. So we want to plant there. Now, if I wanted to be safe, I would go here, and then with my archer I would cross. So I'm going here. Oh yeah, so the settler can see both this and see that there are no barbarians here. There is no possible barbarian that can move more than 2, so I can move here. Also, we will steal a worker and make peace. This is called worker stealing from city-states. City-states are retarded and they always peace if you want to peace. If they don't, if they're not in a war with you through one of their overlords. And we want extra production due to the settler. We want extra production. After the settlers we will be working this one, this one, this one, and we will be growing to this one. So it wasn't a waste that we built this iron mine, because every time we grow it decides that he will be working this tile. So for one turn we get 4 production instead of 3. But then what is the correct thing to improve? We don't have trapping or calendar either, because we're rushing Petra. So if we're rushing Petra, let's improve our ship. I want to improve this one by priority because it's gonna be a desert tile, and I want to be working the desert tile when I get the Pantheon, so I'll move there. But again, it's not safe. I should have done some thinking about where are the barbarians and stuff like that, but I'm too bored to do that now. So, okay. Now, this is a mistake I make very many times. I rush too quickly to build a settler. What you should do here in a multiplayer is, when the turn begins, protect your settler and then check your culture. Before settling any city, check your culture. If we settle this city now, the culture cost will go up and we won't be able to get the culture thingy we got. Now we are going to be settling more cities than 7 happiness we have. So I'm going to take this one to get us to 9 happiness. Now we can settle. So we will be planting there. So let's get the worker there. Let's get the scout there. What does the city build? I mean, shrine. We have a monument. I guess a shrine, a granary. A granary is okay. Okay, so how do we climb this hill now? First we move here to see how many barbarians there are. Now we climb the hill, because we were gonna use all our movement anyways, so you can move first and then climb. It's a good... Okay, this guy doesn't need to move this turn. He can wait 2 turns literally in our borders, so he heals more. Obvious choice of Desert Faith if no one else has taken it. Suta. Move back. So let's heal the scout archer. I could move here and shoot, but he's in the city tile, which gives the maximum the maximum healing capabilities, so I'll let him heal there. Move the scout first, the worker second, move the scout again. Now the settler wants to go there, or there, I don't remember. It was here, right? Yeah, it was here. There are some desert tiles too, which there is... Now, another instinct is to move the archer, then shoot with both of them. Shooting first with the city means we get the defense bonus from the archer. When the archer moves out of the city, it becomes an 8 strength instead of a 9 strength. So first you shoot with the city, then you shoot with the archer. This is something like there's some kind of drills you can do, some kind of repetitive processes you can do, so you are warmed up to any kind of future. Now there is no point in moving the archer back because it's gonna get killed by one shot, but I can shoot him with the archer. Now he is moving there, and he is moving... Right, we said we would... We said we would plant somewhere around here to get our resources. Now the capital gets these 3, so we need something like this. I can settle here and then here again. What did I say? Here? Did I say here? Now this one goes up to there. So there is a chance there's aluminium or coal there. If I plant my city here to get the maximum of this river system, if I plant my city here, I go up to there. Well, I don't see anyone planting a city here, so I will go and plant here. I'm getting these horses. Getting horses with any city is good because you get circus from it. So I'll be planting here, and I will be planting... Well, I can get the silver from here, so I can plant here maybe. What do I get if I plant here instead of here?